All right, welcome to episode 100 of the Speak Your Piece podcast. My name is Ian McNaughton, Big E here. Pleased to be joined by SYP creator Scotty K. What's going on, big guy?
Oh, dude, it's a good time to be alive. We're at episode 100. Can you believe that, fans? Can you believe it? We're at 100. I'm thrilled to be a part of the show for as long as I have been, and 100 is a big milestone. So good for us, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It never occurred to me that I could do 100 podcast episodes, but here we are. We're definitely improved from when I first started doing podcasts in my car in high school after class.
I'd say so. You've got a pretty good mic setup now compared to just open audio.
Again, thanks to Jevin from Left Side Heavy for hooking me up with these mics. I'm now professional. I now am like almost becoming a pro podcaster, essentially.
Yeah. You've taken a podcasting class, so yeah.
There we go. I've taken podcasting. I'm going to take sound design next semester. So pretty much sound design. I should be able to, figure out about sounds.
So you're gonna design how sound waves work, or like what's the deal with that? How
basically probably just like editing sound, putting in sound, adding sound and where needed.
So can you be a producer for Little Angel 8K?
Probably not. Isn't he already his own producer?
Maybe he is. I don't know, but
I don't think it's a rap type of sound design. I think it's more of a studio, for news broadcasts or
right
shows type thing. But
I was gonna say you could be the next Metro Boomin, but
yeah, maybe. What does Metro Boomin have a podcast? I feel like that would be
not gonna lie, that'd be pretty funny. It'd be pretty entertaining because he's worked with a lot of people. He'd have a huge range of guests.
But do you think he'd actually star in his own podcast, or he just make the podcast and there would actually be Gunna who would just come in and talk the whole time, but it's Metro Boomin who's doing all the audio, all the editing, all the producing, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Metro would probably be on a few people's podcasts. I would say of all rappers that I know to be able to host a podcast and do it well, I feel like it'd be Quavo from the Migos. I think he'd be probably the best one to do a pod, just of his personality and kind of how he is around people. Is very outspoken, outgoing, and very kind of fun to be around. I'd also say a guy who's another one?
I was gonna say Post Malone, because he was
Posty would be good too.
He was doing those Kess houses or Kess's house, whatever.
Yeah. What did you think of those, by the way? What are your thoughts on those?
I never watched the actual Kess house. I
only watched it, but yeah.
So what? Okay, not to steer the conversation too far off track. But what actually was Kess's house? Was that just a vlog, or was it a skills competition, or?
It was I think it was more of a vlog, and I don't know, kind of it's quarantine entertainment basically. If people are just sitting at home doing nothing, let's watch a few celebrities play random drinking games, or let's watch them play three holes of mini golf, or that sort of thing. I don't know. It was just purely entertainment based. There was no watch this for skill, watch this for cool guests, or whatever. I mean, they were cool guests, don't get me wrong, but it's just it's just an entertainment show basically. Okay. That's all it was. But.
All right. Well, we'll talk a little bit, because maybe we'll have new listeners with episode 100. So we'll talk a little bit about what we are, Speak Your Piece. We'll talk a little bit about what we're doing right now. And then I think we'll end the segment with what we got planned, because I'm still waiting to hear back for media accreditation for some events. However, I believe I can share some of our events that we're doing and some of the things that I have planned, but we'll see. Sure. So pretty much Speak Your Piece, if you don't know, we do a podcast. We're kind of, I guess, I don't know how you would describe a media company, I guess is what
I tell people it's a multimedia platform that covers sports, pop culture, entertainment. This is what I always tell people this, and like we do podcasts. That's probably the biggest thing that Speak Your Piece does. I mean, it didn't start that way. It started as a blog. Ian wrote a blog in high school, and he was very good at it, albeit very early. So,
Yeah. So basically, podcasts. I do blogs still. We have our own Instagram page. If you aren't following that, check us out at speakyourpiece.ca. I do put that in the description for the podcast, like for Spotify's and YouTube episodes. So pretty much you can check us out there. I mean, I would say probably our big, I mean, we do big eats on Instagram, Saturday selections, big deal. We do a bunch of different stuff.
And I think I really like that we have that variety. Is that it gives people, we're not just posting about random sports clips or random like whatever. Like we're actually there's a bit of variety to what we do, and again, we're both learning. We're both trying to adapt and do new things. I'm very like green.
This is. I was gonna say this isn't even your field. This isn't even what you want to do when you get older.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a bit of a challenge for me, but I'm doing my best trying to come up with new ways of doing social for selections. I run selections, by the way. That's my show.
Yes.
And it's I don't know. I have a lot of fun doing that, and but it's just again, it's a big learning process for me, and I think we're getting better every day we do it, and every day we pod, and yeah, it's been fun to watch Ian grow and become a pro at what he does and his future craft, which is pretty sick. So.
I was a big deal on Saturday. It felt like because I don't know how many people like were impressed that I had a blog or not a blog, impressed that I had a podcast, that we do a podcast, or we're just impressed with the fact that wow, this guy actually knows what he's doing. He's actually doing it. So that was cool.
Both. I think both for sure. Again, it's you haven't seen people in a long time. You talk to them, and a lot of people that I'm around, and they're doing great things in life, and that's it's really cool to see that. And 3 years removed from high school, or 4 years for some of our friends, and it's really cool seeing what they've done and how far they've come, and same for us, right? It's really cool, and Speak Your Piece is no different from that. So
we're gonna be, I guess, technically, Rav and I, like, we were kind of working together on Speak Your Piece for a bit, like when we were going to SFU together. We didn't really take it seriously. It was like I've been doing this since I was in high school when I ran the Brady Gaga blog, when that was my fantasy football team's blog, and I would just write about everything until 3 a.m. the next day. But pretty much Rav and I kind of got it started, and there's everybody else who helps out around like in a bit. Like Rav still helps today. His schedule is just a bit busier with school and work, but pretty much Scott's involved, Rav's involved, Keith's involved, Kevin takes part sometimes, Corey, Gabe, some of the guys take part, but pretty much a multimedia entertainment platform,
like edutainment. We're kind of like Tim and Sid in a way. I think we try to be funny, but we're also informative as well. And I also want to quickly shout out a few of our other guests that we've had on before. Eliza, who did our logos, Caitlin, Maddie, Katie, Hannah, who've all been a part of our bachelorette pods, which has been something that we've been trying to experiment with and getting more into the entertainment aspect of it all. And but yeah, and even people that just have given us like a bit of insight, a bit of like, hey, like you should try this, give us recommendations for big eats or whatever. It all helps. So it's awesome.
And we're gonna be doing, you know better than I would, but we're gonna be doing another bachelor pod here in September at some point.
I hope so. We'll see. I don't know. People are like, September at university this year is going to be kind of nuts. So we're going to see how that goes. But
yeah, how many parties do you think you're going to be going to in the month of September? Like at least 3?
Over under 5.5, probably over, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see.
So pretty much, and what we got for future plans. So pretty much, we'll go short term and we'll do a bit of long term, I guess, some micro and some macro. So I pretty much have a graphic waiting to be posted on our fall events and our fall schedule of shows and lineups. I can declare, so we will be going, I will be going, you're already there. Our first Okanagan takeover, UBCO takeover for 2021 will be October 2nd and October 3rd. So I could share that. We'll be covering the Silvertips Rockets game on Saturday, October 3rd. And then Sunday, October 3rd, it's just gonna be a big day of sports. The Mariners might make the playoffs. The Blue Jays might make the playoffs. The Seahawks are playing the 49ers. Brady is playing New England in Foxborough on Sunday night. So
also Sunday night is the regular season debut of the Kelowna Junior Rec Hockey League, which is important. We should I'll get to that after, but
yes,
if you know, keep going.
So very much we have a big day for October 3rd. Sunday, October 3rd is going to be a really big day for Speak Your Piece and what we got for events. The other event that I know I'm going to be doing is November 7th, when on my birthday, my 22nd birthday, I'm going to BC Place to watch the Sounders and the Whitecaps play. I'm making that an all-day affair. Going to be probably eating a lot, drinking a lot, watching the Sounders win 3 points in Vancouver. So that's going to be really cool. So that's kind of our BC Place takeover, rooting for the Sounders type deal. So that's going to be really cool. The other events, I'm either waiting for border clearance or just actual getting like approval to go cover these sports.
Right.
Once that is cleared up and figured out, we can post a graphic and we can let people know about other events. I think it's obvious. I don't know if it is or not, but I can say that we are also going back to Kelowna for Super Bowl weekend in February. But that's not quite the fall schedule. That's the winter schedule.
That's winter, yeah. That's a ways down the road. I'm pretty sure that'll happen, and we've had a lot of fun watching Super Bowl every year in Quail Ridge, and we'll do it again.
So pretty much we'll announce the fall schedule first and then the winter schedule. In terms of shows, so what I have planned for shows is at least twice a week, we're going to be doing a Speak Your Piece podcast. Scott and I are going to be recording on Thursday nights, likely after.
That could be changed, but Thursdays right now looks good. Yeah.
Thursday right now is what we have scheduled. At least we'll have a recording on Thursday so pods can come out on Friday morning. That's the plan as of right now. We're also going to be doing an early week SYP podcast as well, which will come out probably Monday or Tuesday, depending on what the schedule looks like. So that's going to be really cool. The other thing, the Ian McNaughton show, I'm going to try and work that back in a little bit more, depending on how my schedule fits. Where I'll be talking mostly about probably stuff I want to talk about, like the rugby, the Formula One. Might throw in some baseball conversations in there every once in a while. That's going to be a shorter thing. It's not as long as the hockey podcast, or not the hockey podcast, the regular SYP podcast we do. So that's maybe going to be like 20, 30 minutes, a couple times a week, maybe on Thursdays and Sundays or Mondays or whatever. So that's going to be coming out as well this year. And then on our YouTube channel, I do Ian previews and review sports. I've been kind of off a little bit of that because the rugby has been off for a little bit. F1's been off for a little bit. So we'll be doing that as well. That's going to be really exciting. That's going to be really interesting. Be sure if you aren't already doing so, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find that in a link on our Instagram page. If you are interested, you can DM us and we'll send you the link to our Instagram channel. That's a lot of what we got going on right now. That's a lot of what I'll be doing, shows and entertainment wise. And then for blogs, I'm hoping to do one, if not two blogs a week, at least one for sure. But we'll see how much time and energy.
Weekly email blast from Speak Your Piece. Subscribe to Ian. Get Ian in the loop, and we'll send that to you for sure.
Exactly. So that's kind of what we got going on right now for a fall sketch. Scott, I don't know if there's anything else I'm missing, but that's at least the majority of what I got planned and what I'll be sharing once we get.
Yeah, and that's on the Speak Your Piece side. I know, Ian, you've talked to me about this, and you're going to be helping me out with running social media for the Kelowna Junior Rec Hockey League, the KJRHL. Which starts October 3rd as well. So for any of our Kelowna,
so what's my official title for that? Is it the Bill Daly like COO, or is it just like social media director, content director?
Honestly, I think you'll be more of a social media advisor.
Okay.
In a way, yeah. You'll be a social media advisor, so you're gonna help out. You might do a few things. I'll give you access to the social, but I'll
be there for opening night. How about that?
How about that? That'll be good. You can run the score box that night.
Hell yeah, I'll run score and social. You love to see it.
Love to see it.
So yeah, so just plug that again once more.
So the Kelowna Junior Rec Hockey League starts October 3rd. Myself and a good buddy of mine, Tyler Matson, who was in the league with me last year. Really great guy. We'll be running the league together, kind of as two of us, and there's going to be hopefully 4 teams. It's happened every year I've been at university since the first year basically, and the 2 guys that ran it graduated, so they gave myself and Tyler the reins, and we're gonna run with it and make it as best we can. And we've gotten so far, I think we have about 30 players. We're looking for about 15 to 20 more. So if you know anyone or you or yourself are interested, send me a DM. Speak your piece of DM. We'll get you sorted. We'll get you on the ice. I can't quote a price, but it shouldn't be more than $200 for the whole season. Maybe
So
$250.
we'll also plug it on the SYP.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
we'll plug that there too. But basically,
Once we have it official and sorted, we'll get it set up and sent to you guys for sure.
Yeah. So once if you're a fan of SYP and you live in the Kelowna, Okanagan,
The greater Okanagan. Yeah.
in the Okanagan region, be sure to sign up. Be sure to join. So that's kind of a lot of what we're going to be doing at Speak Your Piece and with the Kelowna Junior Rec League for the fall anyways. You want to go through some quick headlines here for episode 100?
Yeah, sure. I like that.
Do you want to talk? We'll talk about the Women's World Championship because that's going on right now.
Yep, that's right.
And actually, as we record this is just going to be right before Canada plays the US in Group A, which is really cool. We really timed this perfectly. But
that's a big ticket game right there.
So pretty much, I have the standings right here. So the U.S. and Canada are tied for first in Group A. They each have 9 points. Finland and Russia, well, not Russia, the Russian Olympic Committee.
Yes,
they each have 3 points. They're tied for third. Switzerland, they're out of it in Group A. Group B, the Czechs went undefeated. They have 12 points. They got all 4 wins in their group. Germany and Japan are tied for second in Group B. Each have 6 points. They're going to be meeting later today. That's going to be a really good game to decide second place in Group B. Hungary is 4th in Group B, and then Denmark is 5th in Group B. I've been trying to watch a bit of the Women's World Championship. There actually seems to be quite a bit of sports going on with preseason football for myself, baseball, the Women's World Championships. Have you been watching a lot? Have you been paying attention closely?
Honestly, not really. No, I've been so busy with other things in my life. It's been hard to packing. Yeah, my room's like all beside us right now. It's for real. It's not a joke, but it's very. I don't know. I've been busy, but I'm gonna try watch a bit this weekend. And I know the Women's Worlds is big. That's a big event, and now it's in Calgary this year. It was supposed to be in Halifax and Truro, as we know, but that obviously COVID happened. And can I just say, Group A looks stacked compared to Group B.
Oh yeah, it's not even close.
It just looks like it based on like a superficial look. But again, I think the German women's team's gotten pretty good. Obviously Japan's had a good tournament so far, so we'll see how the rest of it goes for sure.
5 players as we record this. 5 players lead the tournament in points with 5. Fanny Gasperix from Hungary, Elena Mills from the Czech Republic, Melody Daus from Canada, Natalie Spooner from Canada, which that's an obvious one, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, but Noemi Nuborova. Okay.
Yeah, butchered, but okay.
Yeah. So pretty much Canada, US, they play at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Mountain in Calgary. That's going to determine Group A. And then the other big game today, Hungary is going to be playing Japan. Germany's going to be playing Japan, excuse me. Go check all that out. It's been pretty good hockey. I've been putting it on in the background like during the day when I've been working from home. It's been really fun to watch. It's been good hockey. The Russian Olympic Committee stinks. Russia was not good
Really?
in
Wow.
again. Like they were like I think they only maybe had 10 shots against Finland. And granted, I think Finland is kind of one of those teams who just shuts the door on you. But
Finland's a good team.
yeah,
The Finnish women team they're pretty good.
so that's the Women's World Hockey Championships going on in Calgary right now. There is some NHL news as we record. Sean Couturier and Andrei Svechnikov both signed 8-year, $62 million deals with their respective teams. Couturier in Philadelphia, Svechnikov in Carolina.
Yep.
Scott, immediate thoughts on each deal?
Steals. They're both steals.
Deals?
These guys could easily be worth $9-10 million, but they're taking less money. They are young guys, albeit. Don't get me wrong. I love the move for both teams. Carolina gets Svechnikov, who will be their premier scoring winger for 8 years, for that matter, if not longer. You and I are both Svechnikov fans beyond like just knowing who he is. I think he's an absolute beauty. But yeah, I love the Svechnikov signing. That was big. The terms fine. The dollar amounts, frankly, really good. And same with Couturier. He's a premier number one center, good two-way guy. He'll be number one center in Philly for 8 years, barring a trade or whatever. Yeah, easy moves, no doubt about it.
Yeah, it's I don't mind either of them. Philly's got really good centers with Scott
Yeah,
Lawton, Sean Couturier,
yeah.
Kevin Hayes.
Kevin Hayes.
Um,
No, Patrick's gone now. Yeah, they're just solid. They're solid down the middle. And now, okay, the whole joke about Ellis. Ellis is good, but the whole joke about Ristolainen and Provorov playing together, like, sure, like, it's funny, but they're still good defensemen that they're getting in.
oh sure.
Right.
I mentioned Kevin Hayes. I also wanted to briefly just mention Jimmy Hayes, who passed away earlier
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
I talked about this with Jevin on his podcast earlier this week, but I do want to say, send my condolences to the Hayes family, because that's not easy at that age.
No. Do we know what happened? I didn't even catch what happened. They haven't specified.
I haven't heard what why he passed away, but I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of investigation. I think he just died in his sleep, but maybe there's some other reason.
Yeah. Either way, horrible situation. Sending prayers and love to Kevin and his family.
So the Flyers, I think, got a really good deal with Couturier. I think the Hurricanes got a really good deal with Svechnikov. The Hurricanes obviously have a really strong core. And we all know owner Tom Dundon really likes to grind these negotiations, like really milk it for all it's worth. And I think he got the most out what he could from Svechnikov to make it worthwhile for him and his team. We'll see how it goes. I like Carolina's chances of competing, like getting to a cup, more than I do Philadelphia's right now.
I agree with that. Yep.
But nevertheless, I still think these are equally good signings for both teams.
Oh, for sure. I think these are both teams kind of on the up. Carolina's already been up, but especially Philadelphia, they're kind of moving on their way up and hopefully gonna do some damage next year in the Metro, which is now back. They're now back to their normal divisions, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. So there we go.
Another quick headline that or at least I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Robbie Ray got 14 strikeouts on Wednesday for the Toronto Blue Jays. That is a career, equaling a career high.
Wow, he's a strikeout guy. He must. I think he's got a pretty good curveball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got it. Well,
snaps in there pretty good, and he's a lefty, so it comes at a weird angle for righties too.
Yes. So I was gonna say 14th quality start Ray has recorded in his last 16 outings.
That's also very good.
What
was his stat line? What was his line?
I can just pull it up here quickly, but essentially, the Blue Jays won 3-1, and Robbie Ray. Once I can find it, I'm getting there. Ray pitched 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 14 strikeouts. but did not get the win.
Oh, he didn't. It was
No,
no decision.
Mesa. He got
Wow.
a,
Oh, right, because it was going into the right.
so
Damn, too bad.
pretty much Robbie Ray's really good.
The Blue Jays pitching staff is really good. Or they're not. Sorry, scratch that. They're not really good. They're better than they were before. They're good.
They're I think they're still up there as like an above average rotation pitching unit. All said and done.
Yep.
But nevertheless, it's not like they're catching my Seattle Mariners.
Well, you never know. The Jays got to go. They got to get hot. They got to start doing something to get it up there. But who knows? Who knows? We'll see. But your Mariners are pretty good. They're good this year.
We'll do a little bit of a baseball talk here. The AL wild card right now. So Tampa, Houston, and the White Sox are your division leaders right now. Yep. And that it looks like that's going to be how the order is in the playoffs. For the wild card standings, the Yankees are 74 and 52. They're 2 games up on the Red Sox, who are 72 and 56. Those are your 2 wild card teams right now. The A's are 70 and 57. They're a game and a half back of Boston. Seattle is 69, nice, and 58, which means they're 2.5 games back from Boston, 1 game back of Oakland.
Right.
And then Toronto is 66 and 59, so they are 4.5 back of Boston and 2 back of Seattle.
Right.
I'm really drinking the Kool-Aid on the Mariners making the playoffs here.
Are you?
I really am.
Wow. Okay.
I'm really feeling it. Did you know there's something I saw the other day about how like if the season ended today, the Mariners would be the most clutch team in history. Like there's a clutch rating, and apparently the Mariners are the 2021 Mariners are like the top of the clutch rating. Yeah. I want to see if I can find that. Okay, here it is. So the Mariners are the most Fangraphs. All right.
Yes, Fangraphs
measures how well a team performs in high leverage situations using the clutch metric. Okay. This is going back to 1974. Right now, as of today, as we record this, the 2021 Mariners have a clutch rating of 8.53, whatever that means.
Okay. Sure.
The second closest team is the 2016 Texas Rangers.
Okay.
With an 8.20 clutch rating.
Okay.
The other teams on this list include the 90 White Sox, the 2010 Astros, and the 2008 Angels.
Wow. Okay.
I have no idea if that's good or if that's useful, but the Mariners are clutch apparently according to Fangraphs.
Mariners are clutch. I mean, the 2016 Texas Rangers, that
was the team that got punched out by, or that was the team that got knocked out by the Blue Jays, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Odor punched Bautista in May, and then the Rangers got knocked out in October.
Yes, but that's what I was trying to do.
I think that was, that was the year the Rangers were I think clutch is the right word. They weren't lucky, but they won a lot of close games, and they won it in like extra innings, or they won it in like bottom 9 situations type thing. It makes sense, but the Mariners are more clutch than the Rangers. So,
and then we'll move over to the I'm really buying the Mariners. Over on.
I mean, they've won the last 3.
They're 7. There's 7. They've won 7 in the last 10.
7 in the last 10. The Yankees have won 11 in a row, so I don't think anyone's catching them.
No, I think the Yankees are probably a lock at this point to make the playoffs, at least as a wild card. They're 5 back of Tampa, so they're probably not going to catch Tampa for the division. But as a wild card, they're probably a lock.
Sure. I don't know. Like, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good race, though. But I think Toronto, Seattle, Oakland, Boston, New York, 2 of those 5 teams will be in the playoffs for sure.
Over to the NL, San Francisco this year, the San Francisco Giants have just come out of nowhere and have the most wins in baseball this year.
Yeah, they're sick. They're crazy though. unreal.
They're 82 and 44.
That's great.
They're leading the West. Milwaukee leads the Central at 78-49. Atlanta leads the East at 68-58. The Dodgers are the best non-division leader right now. The Dodgers have an 80 and 47 record. They're leading the wild card, which is quite a battle between the Cincinnati Reds and the San Diego Padres.
No kidding.
Cincinnati is a game up on the Padres right now.
I mean, the Padres are 2-8, so you would hope they're going to snap out of their streak and 2-8 in the last 10. Sorry, they'll snap out of their losing streak and kind of get back into the winning ways and hopefully leapfrog the Reds. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think if you're Major League Baseball, I mean, it would be cool to see Joey Votto in the playoffs, but it's not like the Reds are going to beat any of those teams. If you're in the Major League Baseball, you desperately want the Padres in the playoffs, don't you? Like, especially if they're playing the Dodgers for that wild card.
That'd be a sick game.
Yeah.
Sick wild card. Would it ever? Can we just can we agree the NL West is the best division in baseball?
Yeah, I don't think there's a question.
No question.
I don't think there's an argument.
No, there's not. Well, I was gonna say maybe the AL East next year when the Jays are like elite, but
maybe. I mean, you can make the argument for the AL East this year, I think, but I mean, the problem also with the NL West is that the Diamondbacks are awful,
right?
But then again, the Orioles are awful. So
yeah, so
I'm with you though with the NL West.
Yeah, I think it's the best division, and they have the two best teams right now. They have the two best teams in baseball, and the Dodgers are 11 and a half games or 12 games up in the wild card race itself. Yeah. So they're. If you think the Yankees are a lock for the playoffs, no, the Dodgers are a lock for the playoffs. No doubt.
That's that's baseball. Baseball with SYP. Do you want to do we don't have any mailbag questions. I'm going to send in the question. So we
don't know, but that's okay. You know what? Sometimes
that's cool. That just shows how loyal our fan base is, who all sent in email questions for the 100th episode. But we could do. I do have two good bad insert adjectives here.
Bring it. Okay. We love it. Let's hear it.
All right. First good bad or insert adjective here is multigrain Cheerios.
Multigrain Cheerios.
Have you had multigrain Cheerios?
To be honest, I'm not a cereal guy. I've never really eaten cereal like for breakfast. So I will say I've had Cheerios, and nothing beats Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios, excuse my language, fucking slap. They are so good. Honey Nut Cheerios are the way to go. Cheerios themselves, regular Cheerios are pretty good. Multigrain Cheerios, I mean, a lot of fiber, good for you. I'm gonna say healthy. That's my adjective. I'm gonna say healthy. I don't honestly I don't know. I've never had them before, so I can't really say anything bad about them or good about them. So.
Honey Nut Cheerios do rock. We got multigrain Cheerios here, and multigrain Cheerios rock in my opinion. I think they're good.
Oh, they're good. Okay.
I would highly recommend multigrain Cheerios. If you're a cereal person, maybe you're not a cereal person. Maybe you don't like to load up on carbs like I do for every single meal of my entire life. Maybe you're not that person, which, you know.
But if you carb load every meal, is it really carb loading?
Well, again, it's pretty much like what I talked about with, you know, you always are eating carbs, so you never feel like the downfall from eating carbs. Like you never, you know, you're always on the high from eating carbs, or you're always on the rush from eating carbs that you never get.
You always have glucose spikes. You're never in glucose deficit. Yeah.
Exactly. The second thing I wanted to ask you for a good, bad, or insert adjective here. Have you seen the milk crate challenge, which is taking over the internet?
Yes, I have. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to try it.
Well, so let me explain first. So basically, if you don't know what we're talking about, the milk crate challenge is people stacking milk crates in a pyramid form, and then you have to go over them. Like you have to walk to the top of the pyramid, bottom of the pyramid on these milk crates. This is all milk crates. You're walking on milk crates, and you want to try it, I guess, is what you want. We should do this one time for an SYP thing of like the milk crate.
We definitely should. We definitely should. Yeah. Like for some reason, whenever they film it, they never show like the ground. So I'd be curious to see what these people are putting the milk crates on. Like, because if it's on a solid surface, I don't think. Well, okay, yeah, it's a lie. It depends on how high the pyramid is too. Like, I don't know. I'd like to try and see if I could actually do it. I'm confident I could, but again, I'd have to see before I.
I think most of these are on like a field. Most
I think
of
that's the issue. If you put it on like paved concrete, I think I think it's like it's better. At least there's like some traction, you know. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I also just think you're walking on fucking milk crates, and that's not the best
You're
surface
bound for disaster, I guess.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I guess this is a good challenge. This does feel like a bunch of white people with too much time on their hands and nothing better to do. And they're just like, let's put a bunch of milk crates on top of one another and let's walk on them.
And let's hey, you never know. Again, there's been weirder things I've seen on the internet than the milk crate challenge.
That's fair. That's understandable.
This seems I think this is kind of cool. I'm gonna say, my adjective for milk crate challenge seems cool.
Seems cool.
I want to try it.
I want to try it. I'll say good. Everybody.
Good.
I'll say everybody seems to be doing it. Like you see, like a bunch of mascots doing it now. So it's interesting. Somebody's got to do this on ice, though. I want to see something like a hockey mascot, like I want to see Gritty do this on ice. I think that would be the move. Milk crate challenge is to see have it set up so there's all these milk crates on like the Flyers rink, and Gritty's got to do the milk crate challenge on the ice.
Now that I would pay to see. That would be some good entertainment right there.
That would rock.
I like it. I like that. That's a good bad adjective here. I'm just trying to think of one. I think I do have one.
We do.
You've been to Locavore, right?
Yes. Locavore is the food truck.
Food truck on the farm.
Food truck on the farm. So, like it seems like restaurant in Squamish, it is overpriced. But I mean, their brisket rocks. Like I love their brisket.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say it's good. It's their prices are a bit too much, but
right.
Like that's everywhere
for you, though.
That's everywhere in Squamish, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you there. I'm gonna say it's good.
What's your go-to at Locavore?
Oh God, probably their burger, like their standard burger. I usually will throw like some avocado on it, which is really good. Avocado burgers with avocados on burgers, fucking slap. It's good. Locavore is good. I like it. Actually might be going there for lunch today, so we'll see. But I just figured to ask to see, see what happens. So,
you want to do some entertainment talk as well? We should probably
mention that Kanye still hasn't released his album.
Do you think he'll ever release the album?
Yeah, he'll release it. I'm hoping tomorrow or today or tonight. But we'll see what happens.
What do you think comes first? Me getting my media accreditation or Kanye dropping this album? Here's the thing. I was promised my media accreditation, or I was promised I would get a response about a week ago. And I need to know before like the middle of September.
Oh, okay. Well, considering Drake's new album CLB was supposed to be out in January and it's now September or almost September, I'm thinking you're getting your media creds first. But we'll see.
CLB, that's chicken, lettuce, and bacon, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's his album, right? No, Certified Lover Boy was supposed to come out in January.
Could that please, Drake? I'm asking you right now. Could Drake please change it to chicken, lettuce, and bacon? Because I would absolutely buy. I would spend money on that album.
I'd love if that was Drake's go-to, like sandwich or like whatever at insert like Harvey's or something.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like Subway or something.
Or Subway. No, you can't get a seal. I guess you could. Yeah, that's true.
You can make what they have to make whatever you want at Subway.
True. Yep. You're right.
They legally have to.
Have it your way, right?
Is that Subway? That's not Subway's.
That's Subway. I think that's Subway like from a long time ago, but anyways.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about their beef. Kanye and Drake.
Oh, Drake and Kanye, yeah. So they've always seemed like they've butted heads. I don't know if they've ever had a song together. I can't
Um,
think of one.
maybe they did back in the day. Have It Your Way is Burger King.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Thanks for that. Anyways, back to
Yeah.
Drake
So
and
so
Kanye.
so 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 they're beefing
Yeah.
because Kanye hasn't. Well, they already disliked one another, but they're beefing because Drake's making
So
or not
I
releasing an
think
album.
Drake had a line in one of his Trippie Red, because he was a feature in Trippie Red's new album. So he had a line that was kind of dissing Drake in his song, or sorry, not Drake has a line in Trippie Red's album that was dissing Kanye, and Kanye obviously didn't like that. And I think the whole like, oh, when are you gonna release Donna thing kind of caught up to him, and Drake probably said something to him as well. And um, yeah, so Drake and Kanye aren't happy with each other right now. So
Well, they're two grown men. They can settle their differences.
you're right, they can settle their differences. That's true.
I do think part of me, I mean, everything Kanye does is about publicity and is about attention. So I'm not surprised that he's doing all these shows and going to all these different places and recreating his childhood home in Chicago at Soldier Field.
Ridgefield, yeah.
Um,
You know,
maybe
I will say Kanye is one of the greatest like entertainers, I would say, of my lifetime, at least. Not the greatest, but one of the greatest, like one of them for sure. And I think he's building up the hype. This is gonna be like, the more he builds it up, the more people are gonna like be like, oh my god, this gotta come out soon, and everyone's gonna get on board, right?
are you sure, or you think? Because now it feels like we just live in a generation where people don't even like care. Like there wouldn't there not be some people who are just like, yeah, fuck this dude, you took forever. Like people nowadays just gonna be like, yeah, I'll listen to it whenever it comes out. Like there doesn't seem to be any animosity of like, well, you took fucking forever, dude. Like I'm not
Yeah,
interested anymore.
I think there's a balance. There's a balance because he wasn't talking about releasing Donda until like August, and it's been like 6 weeks now. He hasn't released it, right? So to me, that's not like that bad. I think there's like a fine line. You can't go too long. Like you can't go like Drake's album, for example. Like that's been like 8 months now, and it hasn't been released. Like I was like, oh, okay, oh, like now it's just not gonna get released.
He's just trying to get this chicken right. Like he's trying to get the right, he's trying to make sure there's no paint on his chicken. That's all
Of
he's
course,
trying.
got to thoroughly cook it. So maybe I
Yeah.
don't. Maybe he's
I don't
whatever.
really. Here's the thing. I don't really give a shit. Like me. I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not. I don't really care about either of the. I mean, they're good guys in
yeah,
terms of like making music, but I'm
yeah.
sure they're just gonna keep milking it for all it's worth, and
Hmm.
they'll just drop it whenever.
We'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
Do you
For
have
sure.
a? Are you picking a side? Is this like what's that movie? Twilight series where you're picking like
Oh
one or the other side?
no.
You have a rooting interest in one.
Honestly, I like both. I've always been a Drake guy, and Kanye's kind of grown on me. Some of his songs didn't really hit at first, but now they're quite good. Um, I don't like. I'm with you. I don't really care. Like, just you'll settle. You're two grown ass men. You'll settle it eventually, and yeah, it's whatever.
Whoever does the milk crate challenge on ice first, whoever's successful at it, is the victor.
Is the
Is
victor? Yeah, sure.
is the winner.
That could be good.
All right. Any other entertainment stuff you want to mention before we get out here? Because we
No,
got
I
stuff
think
we
we're
got to do.
good. I think we're good. We got covered loss there, and again, this is episode 100. So I just want to thank everyone that's been helping. Um, Myself, Ian, all of the creators, everyone that's kind of contributed with the brand, and um, yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun being a part of it for 2 and a bit years now. I think I've been actively involved, and yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot of fun working with you and working on the brand, and it's a fun like we've said before. We've talked about this off camera. It's a fun passion project for us, and if it's just that, then it's just that. But if it becomes more, then fucking right, I'm all for it. So
It's been a blast. Here's to another 100 episodes. I can't wait to see where we're going and how much more we have to give. Thank you to everybody who's been supportive and who's been a part of this. It's been a great experience, and like Scott says, hopefully it becomes more. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you just keep working at it. Do you want to plug Kelowna hockey one more time?
Yeah. So the Kelowna Junior Rec Hockey League is going to be starting October 3rd. If you want to sign up, if you're in the Okanagan area, if you live in Kelowna, if you live in Lake Country, if you live even in West Kelowna, where Vernon, we play out of Winfield. Great rink, great barn out there. Good little spot we got. And ice times are Sundays. Got to figure out prices and all that, but we'll get those to you as soon as we can. But if you do want to play in a men's league once a week, it's a good hockey. Let me tell you that. Some really good hockey we got.
I can vouch for that.
Send me a DM. Ian's been on the ice. Ian's been a coach. He's been on the bench with us. Send me a DM. Send Speak Piece a DM. Get in contact with us. Our Instagram is at KJRHL. We'll have access to that hopefully later today, and I'll get stuff rolling there. And come join if you want to play.
When I go up there for like opening night, is it like, am I obligated to throw like a trash can like I do with like the last couple of times I've been up there, like to have like an absolute rager of like a end of game or like mid period, just rage moment of like, you guys stink, you guys suck. Like, do I have to do that? Is that part of the is that part of
Well, if you're running the social, then you have to be neutral. You can't coach, and you're gonna have to run the score clock and music. So
whatever you say, Commissioner Konkin.
Has a ring to it.
It does. That
has a ring to it. Damn, that's sounding. We'll see. Co-commissioner. I can't. I'm not the only commissioner. Co-commissioner with Tyler. So.
All right, that sounds good. You know the drill with us. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be sure to check us out. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Basically wherever you get your podcasts. Stuff I want to plug for this week. I'm doing my NFC West preview blog. That's going to be coming out later Thursday, early Friday. I got a couple of YouTube vids in the works, so we're working on that. And then I am going to be in New Westminster Friday night and Sunday afternoon, covering the XLL All-Stars, the Extreme Lacrosse League All-Stars versus the New Westminster Salmon Bellies, working with the Extreme Lacrosse League. So that's going to be what I'm doing anyways, Friday and Sunday. Be sure to check that out. I should probably plug the Extreme Lacrosse League stuff here. I believe it's just Extreme Lax. Yeah, Extreme Lax League. You can at Extreme Lax League on Twitter, and I believe that's what it is on Instagram. I ran to Twitter on Wednesday night. I'm probably running it again on Friday and Sunday. Yeah, Extreme Lax League. Go follow that. I'll be doing stuff for both accounts on Friday, Sunday. That's, I think, all I got to plug. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Scott, any final words?
No. I hope Drake and Kanye squash the beef, because if they collab, that'd be a good song. That'd be a really good song right there.
I hope they collab and they just like talk shit to each other on the song. I hope they just diss each other on the same song, like as they're like Drake featuring Kanye, but they're both just talking shit about the other. That would be cool.
Yeah. Oh, Drake and Kanye were on Forever, which is now 11-year-old song, but it's got the one with Eminem, Lil Wayne, I think. Is on. That's like the LeBron James hype video here. I'll play it for you.
Are you allowed to play this? I don't think
As soon as you hear the first few beats, you'll know it right away.
I don't know if we're allowed to play this because of rights, but here we go. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that song's got Drake and Kanye on it.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. There you go. Squash and beef, boys. We'll be back next week with a couple episodes. Be sure to tune in then. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening. We'll be back soon. Peace out.